Hey everyone! I have not gone live in months. And I told you guys that I probably wasn't coming on live anymore. I wasn't going to be doing 2.5 hour long lives where I was answering questions. But today I woke up and I'm actually supposed to be traveling and leaving the state, and some plans have changed for a little bit. So I've decided to come on here and do a quick, and when I say quick, it's actually going to be quick. I'm going to do a quick live with you guys where I'm going to teach you. And I might be coming on live a little more, but if I'm coming on live, it's not going to be to do Q&As. I'm not going to be answering questions. That's what private mentorship is for. But I'm going to maybe come on here and do some shorter, more potent and powerful teachings, just so that way you guys are staying in the frequency and you're staying in the energy. So I'm going to wait a minute just to see if some more people come on, because I have not been live in so long that you guys probably just expected that I'm not going to be on here anymore. I've completely lost my ranking, which is hilarious. But anyway, so what I want to talk to you today about is leading yourself powerfully, because the thing that will literally quantum leap you into a new reality, the thing that's going to collapse the timeline for you, is when you master this. Whether you are just doing this in your life or whether you are a business owner, when you master the energetics of this universe, when you start playing in energy and frequency rather than time and work, this is when everything changes for you. This is a game changer. If you are ready to quantum leap into your desired reality, hit that heart button so that way we can get this message out to more people, because I have lost my ranking. I learned English from your life. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I'm a born and raised New Yorker, so I talk fast. So if you're learning English from me, that's amazing that you can keep up. So here's what I need you to know. This is an energetic universe. This is not just spiritual mumbo jumbo. This is backed in quantum physics, the nature of reality. This is something that Einstein taught. This is something that Nikola Tesla taught. This is something that is so valuable. And when you understand it, not on a logical level, but you're actually able to move in a new frequency, this is going to be the thing that changes it all for you. Everyone's looking for some secret to manifestation. Everyone's looking to some secret to success. And here's the thing that I have to tell you. First of all, there is no secret. And second of all, if there is one thing that you're going to focus on, like if you need it to be this just one thing, this is the thing. So listen up. Listen up. You need to start leading yourself powerfully. I don't care if you are a business owner. I don't care if you are just somebody who is manifesting to have a better life for yourself. Whatever it is, you need to start leading yourself powerfully, because you have heard this from every single manifestation teacher that has ever existed, that the universe isn't responding to what you are doing, the actions you're taking. It's responding to who you are being. So a lot of people are like, yes, I've heard this, but do you know how to tangibly apply this to your life? Because if you're new here, this is what I do. My name is Alexa, and I will literally take all of these really dense topics and I'm going to make it so they are actionable and applicable, because at the end of the day, if you know something logically, but it isn't integrated and embodied, this is when you're going to struggle. And this is why a lot of people learn manifestation for a long time. This is why you've read all of the law of attraction books. This is why you listen to Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks over and over again. This is why you will keep reading The Secret. This is why you'll keep binging manifestation content. But it's like, what am I missing? What am I missing? And this is the thing. If you know something, but you're not able to actually embody it, you're not able to actually move with this understanding, you're not able to take action in a different frequency. It's not that you're taking necessarily different actions. It's that the potency of the energy that you're bringing to the action is what changes everything for you. So if this is an energetic universe, which it is, and you learn to shift your frequency to move differently, things change for you, because the universe is responding to you. Money is responding to you. Success is responding to you. Everything is a reflection of the energy that you're bringing to it. So when you start showing up powerfully, this is when everything changes for you. So what do I mean by that? Showing up powerfully means that you have decided in this moment right now, it does not matter, and it actually really doesn't matter at all what's happening outside of you. It doesn't matter what your current circumstances are. What matters is that you have decided to show up powerfully. You have decided to start showing up as a new version of yourself. And when you show up as a new version of yourself, that means even though your reality hasn't changed, you have decided to change. And when you decide to show up in a different frequency, when you decide to have different thoughts, when you decide to speak differently, when you decide to move more powerfully, when you decide that this is who I am going to be, and you start aligning your frequency, your mindset, your vocabulary, your actions with the version of you who is the richest, happiest, most powerful version of themselves, even though your reality might not be reflecting that back to you. You have to stop getting so attached to the reality that you have been living in, to the reality that you are currently seeing with your senses. If you are relying on your senses to pick up evidence that your reality has changed before you start changing your thoughts, before you start changing the words that you're speaking, before you start changing the feelings that you're feeling, this is when you are in circumstantial power, not in your personal power. You need to be in, oh my God, yes, I'm so, hey Mahambo. I'm telling you, when you understand this, when you start operating in your personal power rather than circumstantial power, you're going to be that person that people are going to be like, what did you just do? Like your entire life changed in the last 90 days. Like in the last 30 days, your entire life has changed because you will have mastered the universe. You will have literally grabbed the keys to reality creation and you're like, I got this on lock. When you understand that in every single moment, hear me when I say this, every moment is an opportunity for you to expand or contract. And since this is an energetic universe, when you are contracting, you are available for the timeline where you're not getting your desires, where you're having to work hard for things. Thank you, Rick. Where you are having to struggle, where manifestations don't work really well for you, or you can manifest one thing, but you're really struggling to manifest money, or you're really struggling to manifest love, but you can manifest health. Like this is the reality that you play into where it's a this or that reality. Like I can have this, but in order for me to have this, I'm going to have to sacrifice this, and I can do this, but then I can't do this. Like this is the matrix. This is the 3D matrix that you've been programmed to operate in, which is constantly teaching you to operate out of your personal power. When you say, I'm actually not available for this anymore. Because here's the deal. Everyone's always like, well, how do I change my beliefs? Challenge them. If the way that you were told to live by society, by your parents, by the normalcy of what has been accepted in this 3D matrix, if it actually made you happy, successful, rich, healthy, then you would be living that way. But so since it hasn't, since the majority of people are miserable, they are living in fear, they are broke, they are unhealthy, that means that the way that you have been told to operate is broken. So when you say, I'm actually not available to do this anymore, I'm actually going to decide right now in this moment that I am going to show up powerfully, that I am going to think the thoughts that I want to think, that I am going to feel the feelings that I want to feel, that I am going to take action like my success is guaranteed. And when you start moving, like your manifestation is a guarantee, like your success is a guarantee, like the money is a guarantee, like everything that you want, it's guaranteed. All you had to do was decide that you were available for it, because this is an energetic universe. So we're not living on this linear timeline where it's past and then present. That is a man-made construct. Time is malleable because it's happening simultaneously. This is a frequency-based reality. So when you stop playing on the timeline that you're currently in, thinking that you need to take certain amount of actions to get this result, and this is going to take X amount of time, and you have to do this, this, and this, and then this will happen. No, that's logic. Logic is going to keep you playing in time. It's going to keep you working hard to get things. That is a broken narrative. Instead, you need to say, If the version of me that I am right now is available for everything I have right now, then the only way for me to have and live in a different reality is for me to be a different version of myself right now. So how do you do that? You do that by saying, okay, if I was living in my desired timeline right now, if I was the version of myself who was the happiest, healthiest, and wealthiest version of myself, what are the thoughts that I would be thinking? What are the words that I would be speaking? What are the environments I would be putting myself in? What are the habits that I would have? What are the actions that I would be taking? And remember, it's guaranteed. Your success is guaranteed. The money is guaranteed. That dream house, it's guaranteed. The car that you want to drive, it's guaranteed. The love that you want to have, it's guaranteed. The travel that you want to take, it's guaranteed. But what I need you to know is there's a reality where you're already living as that happiest, healthiest, and wealthiest version of yourself. What's the difference? The frequency that this version of yourself is playing into versus the frequency that this version of yourself is playing into. Your frequency is a feedback loop between the thoughts that you think and the feelings that you feel. So you have an energetic thermostat. You have an energetic homeostasis is what I call it and what I teach. So when you understand that just like the thermostat in your house, if it is set to 65, if it gets a little hotter, the air is going to kick on. If it gets a little cooler, the heat is going to kick on. You have an energetic homeostasis that is available for this timeline right here. When you decide to do the work to show up differently, when you regulate your nervous system, when you rewire your mind, when you recode your cellular DNA, which are the 3 pillars to my manifestation method, this is when your reality will change because you are going to set the thermostat at a different temperature. And that means that you are playing in a different frequency. That means you're thinking different thoughts. That means you are feeling different feelings. And what I need you to understand is, because I know that you know this, but you know this logically, but you're not taking action like this because if you were, you would be living in your dream life. Your beliefs are creating your reality. This is backed in neuroscience, okay? Backed in neuroscience. This is not just spiritual mumbo jumbo again. Backed in neuroscience. Hit the like button if you're like, I've heard this, but I'm still struggling with this. Your beliefs are creating your reality, period. They are. So what that means is you need to start believing new beliefs and thinking new thoughts before your reality changes. How many of you will say an affirmation once, you will do your mirror work, but then halfway throughout the day, you notice that you're thinking thoughts that align with the reality that you're currently living in. You get into this problem frequency where you're trying to figure out, but how can I make more sales in my business today? But how can I get that person to text me back? But how can I have more money in my bank account? But how can I change my career? You're thinking about these thoughts that are very surface level, but how can I? And you're thinking about it in the lens that where you are right now is matter of fact, that these circumstances actually aren't as fluid as they could be. Like they are actually more fixed. Can you repost this video on YouTube? Yes, I will be reposting this video on my YouTube channel. I have an insane migraine right now, so I'm not live streaming from YouTube because I need to have a ring light, and ring lights really take my energy from me. But here's an example, you guys, of showing up powerfully. I have a migraine right now that feels like somebody is stabbing a screwdriver in my head, and that's not affecting my power. It's not affecting my power. So what I want you to know is it does not matter what's happening outside of you. It actually doesn't even matter if you have a huge migraine right now. A lot of people would be like, I can't do anything. That's an excuse. You can be somebody who moves powerfully no matter what, or you can be somebody who moves circumstantially, which means you're actually not moving, you're waiting. And when you get into waiting frequency, when you get stuck there, you get into a problem frequency, and this is when things take a long time. This is when you can manifest some things, but it doesn't come in 100% of the time. It doesn't come in quickly. It doesn't come in easily. It feels like a struggle. It feels like a lot of hard work. It feels like a lot of trying. It feels like stopping, starting. You're never getting the momentum building because you are still going back to being somebody who's living your current life. You haven't changed your identity to start showing up as the version of you who things come easily for. You haven't changed your identity to be your most successful self. You haven't changed your identity to be your healthiest self. You haven't changed your identity to be your wealthiest self. And what I need you to understand is your identity is the overarching piece of transformation. That's what you'll always hear me call it. So your identity is in your unconscious, and that holds the beliefs that you have about yourself, about reality. That holds the habits that you have. It holds the actions that you take. It holds the thoughts that you think. It holds the feelings that you feel. This is why self-concept is talked about so much in manifestation, and identity is talked about so much in personal development. The terms are synonymous, but what I need you to understand is the version of you, the identity that you have in this reality right now is completely different than the version of you who is your happiest, healthiest, and wealthiest self. So instead of trying to figure out how to get there by taking actions, which if you don't know, the NLP model of communication tells you that the beliefs that you have actually dictates the results that you get. So I always tell you the energy and the frequency that you're in while you're taking an action is a self-fulfilling prophecy for the results that that action will get. That's why two people can be taking technically the same action and one person can be failing and struggling and the other person can have 100K months and be living their dream life, because it is based on the identity that you have. It's based on the thoughts that you're thinking. It's based on the frequency that you're in while you're showing up daily. And when you start showing up more powerfully right now, no matter what, this is when you become the person that's probably taking similar action, just probably being more consistent with the actions that you're taking. Thank you, Rachel. But you're actually having way more results. Oh my God, that was cool. I've never seen that one before. You can tell I haven't been live for a while because I'm like, ooh. But what I need you to understand is trying to ask how questions are going to keep you living in this frequency. You need to rearrange those letters and you need to start asking who questions. Who do I need to be so that way this result is guaranteed? Write that the fuck down, because that question alone will transform your entire life. Who do I need to be so that way my results are guaranteed? Who do you need to be? Who do you need to be? If you stop asking, how can I get this? Because that means you're identified as the version of yourself who doesn't have it. And you are trying to take action from a lack frequency and a lack mindset to get you a different result. And that is the definition of insanity. You need to have an abundant mindset and an abundant frequency to get abundant results. That doesn't mean you're working harder. It actually means you're working way less. Just scrolling. Who do I need to be so that way my results are guaranteed? Exactly. Thank you for reposting that. That question alone will be the game changer for you. So when you start understanding that you are living on, the dogs are waking up. I don't know what happened there. When you start understanding that you're living on every timeline already right now, and when you start playing in energetics, so that way, even though you are still waking up in the same bed, even though you're still driving the same car, even though you're going to the same job or you're working in your same business, even though you're in the same human body, who are you being? Because if you keep waiting for you to be in a different house, if you keep waiting for you to be driving a different car, if you keep waiting for you to be in a different body, if you keep waiting for your business to be more successful, if you keep waiting for you to have more money in the bank account, where are you? You're in waiting energy, right? And I will always tell you, you can either be in wanting and waiting energy, which is the struggle bus, and that's keeping you aligned with the matrix and who you've currently been, or you can be in deciding and moving frequency. And this is when you get everything that you desire with ease, quickly, and the ball keeps rolling. When you decide that you are going to start showing up as the version that leads themselves powerfully no matter what, that means with the decision that you're done struggling with money, you're done having a business that isn't that successful, you're done going to work to a 9-to-5 that you hate, you're done living in this house that you don't want to live in anymore, you're done driving that beater car that you're always worried about is going to break down. When you decide that you're no longer available to be the person that has this reality, your reality will change quickly. Because when you decide to become a different version of yourself, that means that you're still waking up in the same bed, but you're waking up in a different energy. That means you're still driving that same car to work, but you have different thoughts while you're driving. That means you're still operating the same business that you had yesterday, but you're taking actions more powerfully. You are more convicted in who you are. And when you start showing up more powerfully right now, everything is going to change for you because your beliefs are creating the results. The energy that you're in while you're taking the action is actually determining the results of the action. It doesn't mean you have to work harder. It's actually, in my world, I'll always tell you, work smarter, not harder. And that means play in frequency, play in energetics. And when you are able to do this every single day, your reality will change. And these are the two things where I feel like people struggle. Not even I know, because I've been doing this work for too long with other people. You're either struggling to decide to actually show up differently and become this new version of yourself, or you decide, but then you go back into circumstantial power because you're looking for evidence that your decision has created different results instead of actually focusing on moving powerfully no matter what. So, because I have found consistently that this is where people are struggling, I have created a new 30-day challenge. And if you have not been in any of my 30-day experiences, any of my 30-day challenges, buckle up, because in my world, we move quickly. There's a reason why my clients and students within 3 days have massive shifts and within 2 weeks are not the same person that they were when they came into my world. In the next 30 days, we are going to completely shift who you are being so that way, no matter what is happening outside of you, you are leading yourself powerfully. I have been, and it has been life-changing. I love that so much. Yeah, Mahamba was in my last 30-day challenge, which was the Unwavering Challenge. This now is called Lead Yourself Powerfully. And whether you are just learning to manifest or you are a business owner, this is going to be the thing that you are going to look back at the moment that you decided to join this 30-day experience, and you will look back and this will be the catalyst for the rest of your life. I promise you, when you look back at who you were when you decided to join this versus the person that you will become when we are 30 days done, done with the last day, you will not be the same person that entered. You will not be the same person that signed up. I am not the same person since taking your 30-day course. And I love that. And that is literally, that is what everyone will always tell me. I have already had one person that was in Unwavering, and once I sent the email yesterday, she was like, I'm in. So I literally dropped this yesterday. And if you don't know, my 30-day experiences, when they're done, are $1,000. They are over $1,000. If you join right now, you are getting in for $99, which is fucking insane. Run, do not walk. So what's going to happen is every day for 30 days, I'm going to drop an activation for you so that way you are showing up in your personal power every single day, no matter what. The vibe of this is personal power and energetics. I am going to teach you how to master your energetics and how to show up powerfully no matter what. And when you start moving powerfully, when you start taking actions powerfully, when you start thinking differently, when you start showing up in a new frequency, no matter that your reality hasn't changed yet, your reality will change. And this is the paradox. You need to start showing up differently now and moving differently now so that way your reality does change. And when you show up differently every single day and you build momentum and you don't drop your personal power, this is when, honey, everything that you desire is going to come to you so quickly and easily that you are going to be like, why did I work so hard? Why did I struggle so long with this whole manifestation thing? Why have I been struggling to have as much success as I desire in my business, to make as much money as I desire in my business? This is going to be the moment that everything changes for you, because in my world, I don't let you drop your power. And that is exactly what we will be going over for the next 30 days. We start in June, so you do have some time to join, but I will let you know that it is on pre-sale right now, and the price will keep going up. And I do not always I do not always tell you when the price is going to go up. Quite honestly, when I feel like energetically it's time to raise the price, it goes up. So this price might be $99 for the next 2 days. It might be for the next week. I might have increased it to $333 in a week from now. So if you are somebody that has been really wanting to have the success that you desire this year, to have the health that you desire this year, to have the manifestations that you desire this year, and when I say this year, I mean in the next 30 days. If you are ready to become the version of yourself who easily and effortlessly gets everything that they desire because you are going to start showing up differently now, you are going to dedicate yourself for the next 30 days to not taking the easy route, but to taking the rich route. When you do this, and you don't need it to be easy, but you are challenging yourself, that's why it's 30 days. It's a challenge to show up every single day and to meet me. I will never lower my standards or lower my frequency to meet you where you're at. I will always hold the standard and I will help you to rise with me. So when you get into my world, you will be able to show up as your most powerful self no matter what is happening. And if you haven't felt my energy from this live, my energy is the thing that there are people that have made way more money than me. There are mentors that I've worked with, and my energy is unmatched. So if you are ready to actually show up in a different frequency and to play in new energetics, then click the link in my bio and join Lead Yourself Powerfully. And I'm telling you, you will thank yourself for the rest of your life for joining this experience. All right, I love you guys so much. My head is absolutely thriving, and Gaia just broke my nail, so I need to go to the nail salon and get it fixed. But if you have any questions, you can always DM me, but the link's right in my bio. It's the first one, so just click on that and join, and I'm so excited to see you there. I will repost this on my YouTube channel, so if you're not following me on YouTube, you can just click the link in my bio as well, and you can follow me on YouTube. It will take a little time to upload because I'm running to the nail salon right now, but it'll be up in a few hours. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. Hey, Cycle. Oh, 12:34, perfect timing. And I will be back. I'll be back on some lives, and I'll be doing some teaching like this. I won't be doing Q&As anymore. That's what private mentorship is for. If you want private mentorship, I do have short-term options open, or you can go all in and get 3 to 6 to 12 month mentorship, and you get access to every single program that I launch while you're in mentorship with me. So like that's my entire business university and my manifestation university. So if you're ready, if you're feeling the pull, just go fill out the application. Nice to have you back. It's good to be back. So I'll be back. I don't know when, but I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.